Hello fellow Techers, Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks, and I thought it would be good to make a follow-up video to Malinovka map strategies. And in this case we are in the E50M on map Malinovka Winter. So I'll be showing you two games today, both on Malinovka Winter. And these games are going to show you different strategies on this map and the strategies that I utilize on this map in a winter mode. Now, keep in mind that those strategies would not work the same in a summer mode because the water on the south side is not frozen, so you cannot make the play through the frozen water. But on a winter variant, these strategies will work. So in my last video, you saw me in my T110 E5 going south through the water, pushing up to the east. In today's games, in the first game we're gonna go and fight for the hill, and in the second game we're gonna take south again from the other spawn, from the east spawn. So what makes me go a certain direction in a medium tank? Well, many things. First of all, I look at artillery, how many artilleries are in play. If there are 2 or 3 artilleries on this map, I will not go hill. I will go in a different position, either try to fight out of the middle, or I'm gonna go south, to be honest. Second is I look at heavies and TDs. What is the distribution? What kind of heavies are on the opposing team? What kind of TDs are on the opposing team? Now in this situation, there were a couple of really good medium tanks like this FV4202 on the opposing team. However, most of their heavy tanks and TDs were tanks that have weak spots, capolas. Now, in order to do this, you have to have knowledge of the game and understand which tanks can be penetrated where. So if you're a new player, it's going to be hard for you to make that decision. But, for instance, T110 E5 has a big ass tumor, right? If you look at T110 E4 has a tumor, can be penetrated. This medium tank has a tumor, can be penetrated. M103 has a cupola that can be penetrated. Tortoise has a huge big ass cupola that can be penetrated. So all of these tanks were on the opposing team, and I saw that looking early at the opposition's team list, and I've realized that, you know, there's an opportunity for me to come here and actually get damage. And with the accuracy that E50M has, the gun accuracy, most of those shots should be going in. Now some of them won't, like this one, but for the majority of time these shots will be going in. So I have significant advantage. So what you're trying to do is get yourself in a position, create opportunity that is advantageous for you in order to get damage first of all, and second, win the game at the same time, right? So that's exactly what I'm doing here. And as you can see, we managed to push back the opposition from the hill. And when that happens, they're in trouble. And look at that, Tortoise with that big ass cupola. I can easily penetrate it. So that's where I'm going to focus. I'm going to focus that cupola right there. And I'm forcing him to make a shot on me. And E50M, say what you want, guys. I mean, this tank is not as good as it used to be. But still, you need to be able to aim in order to penetrate this tank, right? If you just auto-aim or shoot at the manlet, there's no way you're going to be penning it. So again, E4, big as cupola. So we put a shell into him. And yeah, it helps that I had a good team too. You know, here I was being a little bit extra cocky. I thought, you know, German accuracy, I could put a shot into this guy. So I gave him some damage. No big deal. But yeah, that was poor play on my part. But at this point, I already knew that the game is over. We already took over the hill. Now we're going to scoot down to that rock. There's that rock on the right hand side. That is excellent if you're coming down the hill, because it will protect you if you get spotted. Yet you can poke around from around it like that and put shots of damage into the opposition, right? So we're going to focus this T110 E5 right now, and we're going to drain him. We're unspotted, so we're just going to keep on firing at him. And as you can see, like just like that, the game is over really quickly. And that's what usually happens, because if you quickly push either flank, and in this case we pushed the hill pretty quickly, the opposition didn't have time to move up on south. And this is something we're going to touch on in my second video. So if you spawn on the south side on this map, or southeast, and if you take the south route, the problem is if you want to come up towards the B2, B3 area where usually the enemy's base is, or in this case would be our base, if it was not a distraction mode but flag base mode where there are base circles, in this case there aren't. But if you're trying to go up the 2-lane, that's what I'm saying, from south, you are in a wide open area and anyone can easily shoot at you. So that is problematic. Now, in my T110 E5 game that I showed you just before this video, I could make that play because there is a row of buildings that I can use for my protection, and that's exactly what I did. Now from this side you can't do that. Now take a look at this. These guys are in a wide open area. There's no way you can cross on the 2-lane or 1-lane for that matter without getting shot at, right? That's the problem. So in my second game, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. You're gonna see I'm gonna come up to a certain position on the south side and then I'm gonna turn around because I'm gonna refuse to push through the open. Anyway, closing stages of the game. I'm gonna try to get these guys out of the game. At this point I was at 3.7k. I'm like, you know what, a little bit more damage would be nice. And usually in E50M I have good games, guys. I don't know what it is. This tank works for me. I don't know why. I cannot explain why. It just works for me. Both E50 and E50M, they work for me. So you're gonna see a lot more E50M on my channel. Alright, so that's about it. We complete the game with a victory. Let's take a look at the post-game stats quickly and see how we did. So obviously it's a victory. Take a look at the credits that I make with this tank. 145k credits. That's pretty spectacular. We finished with 4.1k damage, 2k assisted for about 6k combined. I don't know how this is an ace because I get much better games with E50M and I don't get an ace. I cannot explain that, but I guess it's because we were up close and personal and we are still at 1 mark at this point in the game. We finished on top of the team with 1590 base XP, 4 kills, 3 medals. We fired 21 shells, we had 17 direct hits and 14 penetrations. So take a look at that, even shooting at Capolas, and our accuracy was still good. Okay, so let's skip to the second game of the day. And again, we're on the same map, but we're on a different spawn. Now, if you look at the team list, it's a very heavy team list. On the opposing team, you see Super Conqueror, there is Object 705, there's Object 279. And just those 3 tanks, and 2 artilleries, don't forget 2 artilleries. So just looking at this list, team list, I thought to myself, there's no way I can go and fight for the hill. Because if I go there, I'm gonna be probably chewed down to pieces. I would have to really sweat in order to get damage, right? In order to do anything in the game. So I decided to go south, right? And first thing I'm doing is checking how many tanks are coming with me. Because if it's just me, like if I would get to position, let's say K2, and if it was just me, I would probably turn around and go back, trying to fight for the hill, or maybe defend the backside of the guys that are going on top of the hill. That would probably be my strategy. But in this case, as you can see, there are 2 medium tanks coming with me, and not just any tanks, they're both autoloaders, and we also have a TD just coming along on the back there. So first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna post up here. We're gonna see if we can spot anything. But Batchat spotted some tanks, so we have shots. So we're gonna take our first shot of damage and we're gonna go dark here because we got spotted. And we're gonna do exact same thing. Whatever's spotted, we're gonna take shots first. We're not gonna do anything drastic, anything stupid. Wanna make sure we just drain these guys down. Whatever opportunity we get in order to poke up and shoot, that's exactly what we're gonna do. Now, I see my tanks pushing. First, you see it's kind of a 4 versus 4 scenario at this point, right? So I was thinking, okay, 4v4, we can actually do this. I'm gonna try to push with my teammates and see if we can drain these guys down a little bit more. right? Now, I wasn't thinking to push all the way through to their base. That wasn't the idea. I just wanted to help them out here and help them get the opposition down in HP. Our medium tank goes down, unfortunately. Bad shot, gets set on fire and burns to death, unfortunately. And then I see there is an object 279 in the field, which I wasn't expecting him to be. I was thinking he was going to be on top of the hill, but he's not. And I'm not risking any shots at this point. I'm like, you know what? This Yak Tiger is actually risking getting hit and getting damaged. Artie might be looking this way right now. I'm like, nope. Nope, 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 nope. That's not going to work. And that's when you need to make executive decision, boys and girls. Now, I tell these guys, do not push. Just defend the position. Because if they can hold that position, that's all we really need to stop the Reds from progressing on this side of the map. They're in good positions. As long as Artie is not paying attention to them, they will be fine. In the meantime, I can get myself in other positions centrally in the map so I can create crossfire opportunities, right? That's exactly what I'm looking for right now. So we're going to try to look at shots at this object 279, nothing there. Look at shots at this T95E6, nothing there. So I see our tanks being pushed in the middle. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to flex and I'm going to support the middle right now. Again, paying attention to the map and see what's going on in the game. That's quite important. So we're going to try to get these guys in our render range. And once we get them in our render range, we're going to try to shoot them. Just like that. Unfortunately, we get spotted. I don't know what spotted us. I guess we are too close. So we're going to back off behind the building. We're going to go dark. And once we go dark, we can progress further. But we are in a render range right now, so we don't need to be staying in the open. We can just stay in this position here and shoot these guys. Patton, take them out of the game. These heavies are going to cross through the open map now. Easy shots right here, guys. Just like that. We're going to focus the Super Conqueror now because E100 went behind the building and this guy is in a wide open area, so we're going to try to track him. Yes, we tracked him. And we mark him, requesting fire. Hopefully our tank's paying attention, and they are. So we're gonna try to track him again, and he stays tracked, and just like that he gets taken out. Now we can focus the E100, and we're gonna bounce off of his back of the turret, because why not? That's the way this game works sometimes. But we put this damaging hit right there. And just like that, we help out the middle. Now, because our south lost, Progetto actually did a great and excellent thing that he backed off. Because if he stayed where he was, then he would have died. But because he backed off, we are able to defend this area here. Now, just me and him. Now, we have quite a bit of firepower here because he's a, 4-shot autoloader or reloader. And I have pretty good rate of fire, so we can actually fight these guys. Now I can use my HP to engage these guys. So we're gonna try to hide because this object is a bit dangerous. Like, in order to pen him, sometimes it's the armor is so troll, right? So I don't want to really come out and overexpose myself. Now this guy's flanking me from behind, but he's just a one-shot, so we're just gonna take him out of the game. Object 79 is paying attention to me, but that's fine. I'm full health, so it doesn't matter at this point. We already won the game. Right? So we're going to put a side shot into him. Just like that, Progetto circles him, and that's exactly what he should be doing. And this should pretty much wrap this up. We should be able to kill him right here, right there. TD goes down, only 2 RDs left, so we're going to lose our 6th sense. And we're going to move forward. Well, actually, I didn't lose my 6th sense. Actually, should have been smarter there. When it comes to RD, guys, always count to 10. Rule of thumb. Before you come out from behind the building, from your hiding, count to 10. Okay? So, yeah, it was a good game because we flexed. We took advantage of what the opposition team gave us. We didn't give in. We maintained our HP. I think we played this game really well. So there you go. Different ways to play Malinovka Winter. There's different ways to play this map depending on the situation, what the opposing team gives you, what is the opposition you're dealing with. Like, those are the things you have to pay attention to. And some of those things come with experience, and some of those things, it's just reading the map, reading the place, reading off of what your team is doing, what the opposition team is doing, so on and so forth. Anyway, we finish on top of the team with 4.2k damage, which is common game for my E50M guys, to be honest. I love this tank, it's great. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. That's it for now. Until next time, happy tanking, Space Bandit checking out.